So now that we've learned about phonological awareness and pragmatics, what you are going to do is you are going to choose a book, and you are going to create a lesson to strengthen a skill from either the pragmatic sheet that you feel from observations in your classroom or your site that you see that needs some improvement, or something that you would like to strengthen needs improvement for phonological awareness. So that's kind of the first thing that I want you to think about is, where do you see, because remember before in the phonological awareness videos I had said that you're kind of going to be an observer and see where children are at. So I want you to think about, do you want to work on rhyme? Do you want to work on alliteration, word awareness, syllable awareness, awareness of phonemes, joint attention, eye contact, topic maintenance, or speaking volume awareness or tone of voice? So I want you to first think about your class or your observation site and an area that maybe there's 1 or 2 children or the whole group or a small group, and what you want to be working on, knowing, you know, the age of your classroom. So that's kind of the first thing that I want you to do. And then you're going to print out, and I would print out both of them. This is the, what one did I pick up? The phonology lesson plan. And this one is a pragmatics one. So what you're going to do, and they're both actually set up the same exact way except at the beginning. So what you're going to do is you're going to mark off at the top what specific skill for pragmatics or phonological awareness that you're going to be focusing on. And then you need to explain basically what did you observe that led you to want to, you know, strengthen some ability to make eye contact. So what about that have you observed that makes you want to strengthen that idea? Then what you're going to do is you're going to choose a book, a picture book, to help strengthen the skill, if you will, that you would like to work on. And then you're going to write down here why you chose the book, and I want you to be specific. The more specific you can be, the better. And then you are going to do some pre-planning. And right here, and like I said, they're both set up the same exact way. So activity 1 and activity 2. So you are going to describe 2 things that you're going to do while you're reading this particular book that you chose to help excel that particular skill that you chose. So say you chose rhyming, because the children in your class, you've noticed, have a lot of fun with rhyming, and you want to expand on that particular skill. So then you need to come up with, in the book, what 2 different activities you're going to do while you're reading. So they're not full-blown sit-down activities, but what strategies can you do and activities can you do while you're reading to strengthen that particular skill? And you're going to pre-plan it out with what you're doing. You need to include the page number in the book and what you're going to say, what you're going to do to help it. And then what do you hope that the children are going to get out of that? So basically, what response are you hoping that they're going to do? You know, are you hoping that they're going to come up with more, you're doing alliteration, so more B words in the story, or you're hoping that they're going to be able to find all the words that rhyme with cat throughout the story, and so on. And again, I always say be specific. The more specific you can be, the better. So that's the pre-planning piece on here. And then, and if you go through and read in more detail, the rubric is very straightforward about what I'm going to be looking for and how I'm going to be grading it. So after you pre-plan those 2 activities, now you're going to read the story. Now you're going to carry out this lesson plan with the children. And then you're going to reflect on that. You're going to share the reaction of the child or the children and their responses. And then I want you to reflect on that. So you're going to write down the responses for activity 1 and activity 2. If you need to record yourself, whether it's voice or video, I personally think that's the easiest way to get quotes, because again, the more specific you can be and the more accurate you can be with quotes, the more powerful it is. It makes me, as a reader to this, feel as if I'm there. So I can visualize based off of what you're writing exactly what happened and how it went. And then you're going to evaluate it. Were you successful in the activity? If you were, what could you do to extend in the future this learning? If you weren't, why? And what do you think you could try doing different next time? Because sometimes lessons don't go how you think they're going to go, and maybe you discovered that they were way above rhyming, or maybe you discovered that you were doing syllables and they just didn't understand the syllable concept, and that's okay. But reflecting on that is important. And then again, you can go through and you can see exactly how I am grading you on that. So that's the gist for this activity. You're going to choose one or the other, so either the phonological awareness that we had talked about, which particular skill, or pragmatics, and again, which particular skill, and you're going to mark it off. And then find a story that you would like to use to strengthen and to teach, if you will, use strategies to extend learning off of that skill. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this, and just really confident in yourself. The pre-planning piece, kind of like with the reading connection, is so, so important. Knowing the story, having an idea of the questions you want to ask, whether you're working on joint attention or whether you're working on maintenance, staying on topic, whatever skill you're working on, knowing the story well enough that you can have that eye contact with the children when you're reading is so super duper important. And the more you practice it and the more you know the text, the more smoothly your activity is going to go with the children. So as always, feel free to ask questions in the discussion board about this assignment, or shoot me an email. Have fun.